guys, Graham here, living the dream in July 2022 at the Sandals Montego Bay, and you're watching part 5 of our vacation diary. It is Friday of week 2 in our MOBAY 7 Nights in the Making adventure. We're up a little bit earlier this morning because Fiona, Donna, Michael and I are off to do a hike in the waterfalls. I'm not sure if it's the Dunn's River waterfalls or not, but we'll find out shortly. We've been picked up at 20 past 8 and then we, according to the agenda, we'll be back around 1:30 this afternoon. So come with us as we go and see what this waterfall hike is all about.
It was going to be a really early start for us this morning. Well, early on holiday terms, because as I said, we were meeting in the lobby at 8:20 a.m. and it was when we arrived in the lobby that we found out that there were 3 couples, including ourselves, booked on this Dunn's River Falls hike. However, the other couple had cancelled, which means Fiona, Donna, Michael and I would have the minivan to ourselves on the 90-minute commute from the Sandals Montego Bay to the Dunn's River Falls car park. And yes guys, I managed to call a shotgun this morning and get myself up front in the passenger seat in a bid to try and obtain better footage on this drive between the Sandals Montego Bay and the Dunn's River Falls. Well, certainly I hope it was going to be a lot better than the drive last Sunday when we went on the Martha Bray River rafting tour. And our driver this morning was absolutely excellent, and given that 99% of our journey between Montego Bay and the Dunn's River Falls were along the A1, which is the main road linking Montego Bay and Kingston. And while this major road is kept in very good condition by the Jamaican authorities, the driving itself in Jamaica leaves a lot to be desired. Anyway, we got there in one piece, finally turning off the A1 less than 10 minutes away, I believe, from the Sandals Ochi Rios, where Fiona and I were booked to visit in July 2023 until 2 days ago at the time of editing this video. Anyway, here we are arriving at the Dunn's River Falls car park. In hindsight, the instructions from Sandals ahead of this trip weren't that great. But as recommended, we did buy water shoes when we were in Montego Bay the other day. You can of course buy them here before you go on the falls hike, but they are significantly cheaper when bought in Montego Bay. As you can see, Michael and I wore swimming shorts and a t-shirt, but in hindsight I should have brought a fresh t-shirt for the trip home. Fiona and Donna wore bathing suits, but based on their feedback, I think they had wished they'd brought something more appropriate for the hike. Are we all excited? Donna?
Very excited.
Fiona?
Oh, yes.
Michael? Just put it on for the camera, please. You know, get your excitement.
Yeah, really excited.
Really excited. We're so excited.
Thank you.
As you can see, the entire infrastructure around this Dunn's River Falls attraction is top class. Basically, right now, our driver is leading us down to the start of the falls trail where we would be meeting our guide for the day. And it was at this point we completed the usual waiver forms. Basically, guys, if we fall and break a leg, it's our own fault. And this gentleman is one of our 2 guides for the Dunn's River Falls hike. The second guide would be doubling up as a videographer, because at the end of this tour you would be given the option to purchase said video at a cost of $40. We did purchase the video, but to be frank, it wasn't very good. But I am going to supplement this video with some shots taken by the official videographer. In the meantime, we're on our way down to the meeting point at the beach. And this would be our small tour group heading up the Dunn's River Falls hike. And this, guys, is where the Dunn's River Falls meets the beach. And you guessed it, this is where our hike started. And this lady is our second guide, and as you can see, our videographer.
You ready, sweet lady? Yeah, but hey, be careful, alright? Good. So you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. No problem. What about you, princess? Oh, I'm ready. Alright. So you ready? Yeah, man. No problem, no problem.
And as we made our first nervous steps up the Dunn's River Falls, there was no doubt in our minds we were going to get soaking wet during this hike. How deep are we? Right. We were asked if this was a strenuous hike or not. To be absolutely frank, guys, it's not really. I think awkward would be a better adjective to use. When walking in this water, a lot of the time you'd no idea where you were putting your feet. So it was very easy to slip into a small hole or a crevice and hurt your foot or ankle. I think from bottom to top you climbed just over 900 feet, but it was a fairly gradual climb, so it wasn't that strenuous at all. was the Dunn's River Falls hike, guys. Do that, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
Recommend that. Apart from being battered and bruised.
Yeah, that's it. We feel it in the morning.
As I've said throughout this episode, that was not a hard hike, but we were battered and bruised by the end of it. And as I said at the end of the Martha Brae River rafting tour, all that stood between us now and our trip back to the Sandals Montego Bay was, of course, the souvenir stores. Sitting on towels and in bad need of a change of clothes, we were now on our way back to the Sandals Montego Bay. And turning back onto the A1 westbound, it would take us roughly 90 minutes to get back to the resort. And for those of you who are interested, if you turned left at this roundabout, you would be joining the toll road to Kingston, Jamaica's capital. If memory serves me right, our driver said it would take 40 minutes to get to Kingston from this roundabout, but she did say the toll was very expensive. As you can imagine, the closer you get to Montego Bay, the better the A1 road gets. However, our driver did explain that the commute between Montego Bay and Kingston, even with that toll road and it only being 120 miles or so, would take nearly 3 hours. The good news for Fiona, Donn, Michael and I was that we were now nearing the end of our journey back to the Sandals Montego Bay. Done. I really have very little more content to share with you from this Friday. So to finish off our day at the Sandals Montego Bay, Michael and I decided to go snorkeling again. So let's see if we can find any fish as we swim approximately half the length of the entire resort. As I walk up the beach to meet Michael and the girls, it's time to finish this video, but first I'm going to share some photographs that we took from the Dunn's River earlier today. And coming up in part 6 of our holiday diary, I really struggle to find any content to share with you, so it's going to be a short one. Fiona becomes so bored of my conversations, she resorts to Facebook for company. The planes take off in a different direction, and funny enough land in a different direction. I did tell you I was running out of content. Fiona and I start packing. We then check out, check straight back in again. The 4 become 2. Just as Michael and Donna are ready to leave, Sandals realise Fiona and Graham should have been on the bus too. So all of this to come in part 6 of our vacation diary. So you know what to do if you want to continue to follow Fiona and I as we try to enjoy Sandals Montego Bay without the special one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon to be notified when our next video is published. Thank you so much for watching.